Welcome back, everybody. We got my husband, Big D, over here.
It's me. And then we got my husband, Fatty.
What up?
And we are
Endzone enthusiasts.
With help.
With help, yes. Let's see. Check to see if you're subscribed.
Yes, please.
Look down below.
Please
see
subscribe.
If you're subscribed. Do us a favor. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
This week we're going to be talking about, let's say, Texas A&M, South Carolina. That was a pretty fun one.
Crazy game.
Also, Alabama, Oklahoma was a fun one.
Crazy. I didn't expect it.
Texas and Georgia.
Did expect that.
And then we had to check out our Gators playing Ole Miss.
In the Lane Kiffin Bowl.
Now, this is obviously we're just doing all SEC this week. It is what it is, guys.
It's where the chaos is and where the intrigue is going to be. Like, the Big Ten teams that are going to make it. ACC is in shambles. So I think SEC was really the featured conference this week.
So that's what we got. And let's get into it.
Let's go.
You going to sing with me? The tide is high, but Oklahoma still won. We talking about Alabama playing Oklahoma, number 4 versus number 11, the Crimson Tide versus the Sooners. They played at Alabama. Well, bye. Now, this was an entertaining game with 2 high-performing teams. Plus, we got a few mistakes to shake things up. We always, it makes it interesting. Oklahoma had an early lead. Then Alabama took over in the third quarter. Honestly, from a stat standpoint, you would have thought Alabama had this in the bag. Mm-hmm. But some fumbles and interceptions cost them the game. So the Sooners gave the Crimson Tide an at-home upset, winning 23-21.
Oh, Lord, I don't even know if I need to talk about this because, Lord, I'm just saying Oklahoma gave a defensive masterclass. Like, that defense was elite. Ty Simpson hadn't made a lot of mistakes. Like, they had a strip sack. They had an interception. Like, there was a fun, like, there was so many things that defense did well, and they never, gave up. Like, there were moments where it seemed Alabama had grabbed the momentum and were, really able to move the ball, but then it was like the Oklahoma defense really clamped down and they really took advantage because I think 17 of the 23 points they had really came from the defensive side. So that was the difference is, Alabama's offense does have some holes. I think I've talked about that throughout the season. And I think Oklahoma was set up to take advantage of it. So it's going to be interesting to see what this does to Alabama's chance to make it into the playoffs. They definitely need to beat Auburn at the end of the year and hope for some things to shake their way. But it makes you wonder if they can't beat Oklahoma, what are they going to do against some better teams that are coming in the playoffs? Like Ohio State, like a possible Oregon, like a Indiana. Like, that's the thing you're going to have to worry about. But I'll say he got out of there so quick after that game. He did not stay on the field very long. He was like, So Kellen DeBoer is going to be fine. And I know there was going to be some overreaction. But really when it comes down to it is like they just got out-coached from that standpoint. And, really they did what they wanted. They really put Ty Simpson up against Brent Venables. And obviously Brent Venables has the experience to really call a defense that was going to wreak havoc all night. And they did. It was incredible.
Sounds like Oklahoma did their homework.
Yeah, they did a lot of homework. And also, when your head coach is the play caller for your defense, you're in a good place. So shout out to the winners. Oklahoma, y'all look good. I'm a little worried if y'all make it to the playoffs because I still see a lot of holes, but, we talk about the winners. So Oklahoma, great win. Alabama, y'all still will be fine. You're Alabama. They'll probably still put you in just because that big title A. So don't worry about it. Don't stress. Just, you got to look dominant against Auburn. And we know that Auburn is a place of horrors for a lot of teams. So we'll see what happens, but that's that one.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's the Lane Kiffin Bowl.
Where's my visor? Thank you.
Of course, we're talking about Florida playing Ole Miss. Ole Miss was ranked 7 for this game. The Gators versus the Rebels. They did play at Ole Miss. Now, we just wanted to check in with our Gators for, we'll say, reasons.
Certain reasons. Just a couple.
But also, we'll let you know, guess what? we're going to be in the swamp next weekend to watch them play Tennessee.
It's going down.
Something's going to happen. We'll see. And now, despite having lost their head coach, the Gators, that is, they were actually ahead at halftime. Like they stood up pretty good against Ole Miss. However, later on in the game, I thought they really teetered out, and they actually weren't able to score any more points in the second half of the game. So the Rebels defeated the Gators 34-24. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So this is now the conspiracy section of the episode.
Please.
What really happened was we wanted to show Lane that we got the talent, that we can go toe to toe. That's why we were scoring and doing that crazy, because that was our audition for Lane. That's what we was doing. But we wasn't gonna make our new coach look bad by winning. So that's what we did. Is we said, hey, look, I got you a quarterback. Oh, I got you some decent receivers. Oh, we got an offensive line you can work with, but. And then that defense, you can keep that defense. I just hope you see that. You can keep the defense. But I'm just saying that's what really had happened in the game is that we had one to make sure he saw us.
We see you, Lane. You see us,
and
Lane?
Then you seen us, because we saw that dap up that you hit one of the players up with that last drive, that turnover on downs. I'm just saying, I know what's going on, Lane, and it's good with me. Okay, I don't care if they big mad, and then they added like they had 68,000 people in their stadium, and they act like that was a big deal.
Right.
Bro, you can't touch our 90.
Come to the swamp.
Oh, they know better. But anyway, it was win-win for us, okay?
Win-win.
Because he was still being nice to them because they did give him this opportunity and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it is a difference. Like, look at look at this talented team where the interim coach was still able to take number 7 Ole Miss to the wire. Like, we had some skills. But anyway, I'm good. Lane, come get this job. We waiting on you. I went ahead. We're going to let you have Billy house because that's a nice house that he had built. So I'm going to just move the stuff. You ain't even got to worry about it. But we ready for that. But yeah, that loss was nice. But, anyway, we still won. Conspiracy theory works.
Hey, Big D, don't call it a comeback. I'm talking about Texas A&M versus South Carolina. Texas A&M was ranked 3, and the Aggies versus the Gamecocks, and they played at Texas A&M. Now, this was a fun one to watch. South Carolina looked really great and dominated the first half. Mm-hmm. Plus, A&M did have some costly mistakes in that first half. So, at halftime, South Carolina was up 30-3. Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Yep.
But Texas A&M, who I've been impressed with season long, Texas A&M and notably Marcel Reed, the quarterback, they got their acts together in the second half, and we got to see some beautiful passes. Like, woo!
Yep.
The Aggies were able to pull ahead, and they held off South Carolina from being able to score any more points. And so the ranked 3 Aggies beat the Gamecocks 31-30.
So for me, this really is a Trinity game.
Father, Son, Holy Ghost.
Yep, because number 3 Texas, and it was 31-30. That's the 3-3-3. Look at that. Oh, spiritual. Geez. Okay, spiritual. Because the angels came down and grabbed Texas A&M and brought them to a victory. That's why I say that, because I was worried. I ain't gonna lie. My pucker meter was real high.
30-3.
I was like, I texted him while he was out, telling him about the score, because I was like, I can't really believe this. But again, this is a moment of you can't count out Mike Elko ever.
Nope.
He had them. It was almost like the first half never happened when they came out, and they came out strong. Marcel Reed, it really shows his mental toughness to be able to overcome those costly mistakes, the throws, but he was like laser focused. And that defense, oh my gosh, they were deadly. Oh my God. I think they sacked Sellers like 2 or 3 times in a row. Like, it was, the defense really owned the second half, but also that offense. Marcel Reed, I think, still has himself in the Heisman,
that's what I was asking.
Conversation. But I think this really shows you that Texas A&M to me is looking like a Georgia where they can beat you in a lot of different ways. They could even come from behind down 27 points and still be able to win a game. And I think it was like 284, I think it was, when a team was behind by 27 points. Like, that was the record they typically lost. Like, Texas A&M was the first one.
They beat the odds. Don't call it a comeback.
So shout out to them. What was great is Mike Elko also got a extension. before this game, which is going to
Oh.
make him one of the top 5 paid head coaches.
Sweet.
So I think he showed that he earned that money, and I think they have a bright future ahead. Marcel Reed, the only thing is I I worry about going up against Ohio State defense. Like I think they could really get in his head a little bit more than what they were able to do on the South Carolina side. So I think that'll be an interesting matchup later on. But I think it's clear they're going to be in the playoffs. They still have Texas on deck for the last game of the season for them, but I don't think I see them not making to the playoffs and doing extremely well. So shout out to the Aggies. And also, y'all had Kyle Field rocking. So shout out to y'all for the win. But yeah, South Carolina, we have questions. I wonder what y'all are going to do at the end of this season. My best friend is a Gamecock fan. So
Shout out to Troy.
yeah, so we gotta see what happens. But yeah, that's that one.
All right, for this one, we got a bull versus a bulldog, but the bull was asleep.
Arf, arf, arf.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna bark because so that was my gay bark. Arf.
We are talking about Texas versus Georgia. Number 10 playing number 5. The Longhorns versus the Bulldogs. They did play at Georgia. This was a pretty low scoring game for most of the game, with only one score for each of the first 3 quarters. Texas rushed for only 23 yards the whole game. And that's why I say that offense was asleep. And per usual, Georgia did what they do and showed out late in the game. And so the higher ranked Bulldogs beat the Longhorns 35-10.
So what I'm going to say is that Texas has a Georgia problem.
Okay.
They haven't won. Sarkisian is 0-3 versus Georgia.
Sorry, Sark.
Oh, Sark, Kirby has your number.
Ah.
And I think you need to do a little bit more creative play callings, things that maybe you haven't showed on film, save it for just that game. On the Texas side, Arch didn't look bad. He had some really nice throws. He was making some good decisions. He looked good overall. And I think even if you look at the stats, it wasn't a terrible game for him, but it's just there wasn't a lot going on around him. Like, Wingo had some good catches. They had some moments, but really, like, if you can't run the ball, you can't control the game. And they never were able to run the ball in Georgia. As I've said, they are a fourth quarter team. Like Kirby made a comment. I think he took a shot at Texas, but I'll let other people determine it. But he was saying here at Georgia, our players hit. They're not just expensive toys. They actually have to play physical. And that was really what you saw, is that Georgia was so much more physical. There were so many hits that I was like, Georgia, that should be illegal in a couple of states the way y'all hit that dude. And then even that one sack they had on Arch Manning, that they bent him all kind of ways. And I was like, Lord, that poor little white boy sandwich between all them black dudes. I was like, Lord, I think I seen that in a movie one time.
No comment.
No comment. But overall, I think Georgia's came into form. I know a lot of people were against Georgia at the beginning of the season. They saw some of the holes, but Georgia just continues to evolve. They continue to get better. They continue to work together. And I think Gunnar Stockton definitely needs a lot more praise than he's been getting. Because Gunnar, I think he was one of the lowest ranked quarterbacks in the SEC coming into it. And he showed, like, not only can the boy run, but that he was throwing some darts. I was like, man, okay. But I think it is a point of, like, Sark is going to have to do something different. That may even mean him getting a new play caller and getting someone with more creativity. I know Sark still calls plays. That's been a little controversial for some people. They want him to take on more of a CEO role. But when you have somebody who has been, in the NFL calling plays, he's been in Alabama calling plays, like, it's going to be hard to take away what he's really good at. And he may not want the more CEO role because that may seem a little bit like too boring for him. But I think Georgia's definitely going to go far into the playoffs. I think they're going to be a hard team to beat just by the way they're ramping up. And it had so many people involved in the run game, the pass game. Like, it just was phenomenal, and they can beat you any kind of way. Texas, I don't know if they'll make it to the playoffs. I think that loss may have been enough to kick them out, but we'll see. Like, if they beat a undefeated Texas A&M at the end of the season, that may give them some credence. But I think overall, like, your season is gonna go with you not making the playoffs. But, Georgia, y'all dangerous. I'm scared. But I just want to give y'all a quick little note. I like the red jerseys, but can y'all do the black pants? Because the gray didn't really set off my spirit like I wanted it to and when I'm watching on TV. So maybe y'all can do the black pants for me. Just so, because, your defense black, so you might as well wear black pants. So, but overall, a great game. Gunnar Stockton is the truth. Branch was a great pickup in the portal for Georgia. They needed that, and he's really been that spark for their offense. But great job. Love to see what they're going to do going into the playoffs. But that's that one.
Okay, so week 12 was pretty entertaining.
Absolutely.
Now, we looked at the schedule for week 13, and there was honestly so many teams I never even seen before. But Big D, who did you find for us to watch this coming up weekend?
Yeah, it was some what was it? Charlotte versus Georgia.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
something crazy. Oh, I guess this is the one, the pay me weeks where we
pay me what you want me.
Play the smaller school, get a little bit of payment out of them. So we will be at number 23 Tennessee versus Florida in the Swamp. So excited about that one. We'll be seeing number 16 USC versus number 6 Oregon, a Big Ten game. We'll see number 22 Pitt versus number 16 Georgia Tech.
Okay.
And just to throw an extra one in there,
throw it at me.
Number 20 Louisville versus SMU. Because I just think that's going to be an entertaining game.
Totally.
So, yeah, that's what we're going to be seeing. But as always, we thank you for going this journey with us of football love. We appreciate you. If you would, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. We really appreciate it. And then I may have another coaching carousel video coming soon.
Yes.
I'll probably have
Let us know.
But we thank you for watching Endzone Enthusiasts, where we feel football can be fun for everyone. So on behalf of Big D
and Fat E,
we gonna say peace.